How to get rid of shyness when public speaking. Okay, this is part 2 of the 3 tips that I offered before, and I want you to actually stay through to the very end of this video because I'm going to offer you a toolkit that you can download to be able to take some of the language that I'm sharing here today and be able to use it and have it tucked away in your back pocket, which is where I like to keep a lot of my empowerment tools. All right, so just because you are shy, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't get the success that you are seeking. So here are 3 more tips that you can use to be able to get over that shyness, or at least try to mitigate some of that. All right, number 1 is to do some active listening. When you walk up to a group, walk up to the group that's probably having the most fun in the room. They're laughing, they're having a great time. Walk up and do some listening, right? Do some listening. What are they talking about? Who's sort of sucking all the oxygen in the room? And when appropriate, break in. And here's some language that you can use to break in. Hey, that reminds me of, or following up on that. Do some active listening and then break in when it's appropriate. Number 2 is to ask questions. This is something that I've always done. I've always led with my natural curiosity. It's probably what made me a great interviewer and a great journalist. But guess what? People love to talk about themselves. I've had people say, when I've basically just asked a bunch of questions, walk away and say, oh my God, that was such a great conversation I had with you. All I did was ask some questions. Ask people about their hobbies. Ask them about their latest Netflix special that they're binge watching on. Ask them, what's the latest book they've read? What's the latest movie they've seen? Ask them a multitude of questions to get to know who they are. And again, when appropriate, if there's a place for you to be able to interject what you do or what your business is because it's appropriate, do so. Why not? And then number 3, and this I learned from my friend Robin Hatcher, who is a speech and communications coach. Look at people's feet. Why? If somebody is engaged in conversation with you and wants to be there, their feet are pointed towards you. But if they're kind of trying to leave the conversation, or they're scanning the room because they want to talk to somebody else, chances are their feet are actually pointed away from you. This is a little hack, but just take a look down and see where their feet are, and that'll give you some clues as to whether or not this person really wants to have a conversation with you. Hey, I want you to go to LadyDrinks.com and you can download this toolkit that I created with more of this great language that you can use to break into conversations, start conversations, and most importantly, establish some boundaries. Go to LadyDrinks.com, you can download it there, and I would love to hear from you. What is it that's plaguing you with your public speaking challenges? DM me down below and let me know. I hope you're having a great Friday.